guys, it's Courtney Cooper and it's Training Tip Tuesday on the 22nd, 23rd, 22nd, 21st. Sorry, I don't even know what day of the week it is or what day it is. It's Tuesday. I do know what day of the week it is. I just don't know what day it is. Anyway, I'm Courtney Cooper. I'm a 5-star event rider. I am the owner of C Square Farm and a partner in Excel Star Sport Horses. And I am here to talk about today holiday traditions and things that we do here, things that our working students do. My husband is Jewish and he's behind the camera, and so I might trade off and give him some airtime and let him know he's checking out himself in the mirror to make sure he looks okay, which is funny. Anyway, we'd love to hear about where you're watching from. We'd love to hear about your traditions, food you eat, traditions you have. I'm going to actually sit down with Danny, who's one of our working students from California, and we can talk and then we'll go from there. So, Dan.
Hello.
Hello. How are you? It's your first Christmas with us.
Yes, it is.
And we're having Christmas at the farm because we had some logistical problems in Aiken, and so we're all here for Christmas, which is great, and we'll all be together. So, you were telling me about Christmas Eve.
Yes, Christmas Eve. We do a Harry Potter marathon, which is very fun. My family, we're all kind of nerdy, so we enjoy doing Harry Potter marathon, which is very fun.
How long does that last?
It starts Christmas Eve and then goes into Christmas Day, sometimes the next day.
Do you watch the ones in the middle of the night?
Well, we pause.
Oh, you pause.
Because my mom and I don't stay up very late,
Okay.
so we pause.
Gotcha.
And then we started on Christmas Day again after we've opened presents and had breakfast and
Excellent.
all of that. Yeah.
Excellent. And then one of our traditions with our family is growing up, we always open. Oh, here's Nathan. Nathan's joined us. We always open one Christmas present Christmas Eve. And so that we continue to do. Nathan, tell us about your Christmas Day present opening. This is Nathan.
Christmas Day
Yeah.
present opening?
Yeah.
On Christmas Day, we go around kind of like from youngest to oldest to open up their Christmas presents, but we do the same thing on Christmas Eve to open up one Christmas present too.
So, anyway, and Neil and I also, because usually while we're here and we're taking care of the horses ourselves, because usually our staff is not here or are scattered in Aiken and other places, we tend to, Christmas lasts the whole day. We sort of open a present maybe before we go feed the horses, and then another one once we have breakfast, and then maybe another one after we take a nap and have lunch. So it sort of tends to last the whole day. We don't sort of do all of it at once. Although this year we're thinking about redoing our kitchen, and I think that's pretty much I think, I don't know what Neil thinks, but that's pretty much, I think our Christmas present to each other. So, what about other Christmas traditions you have, Nathan?
My grandparents really like to make Christmas cookies, even though that no one likes to eat them. But
Should you be saying that like on recorded video?
She won't care. She knows.
Okay.
We don't
She
like
knows!
Cookies.
That's fantastic.
Yep. We always, even though no one knows that there's a Santa, we always put out a little plate with some milk.
There you go.
Yep.
And it's always gone in the morning.
Yeah, there's always some bites missing.
So, there you go.
Yeah.
But who knows? Who does that?
I think it's a little bit of everyone. And no one
Could
wants to
be
admit they
Susie.
like the cookie. It could be Susie too.
Susie is Nathan's brother's golden retriever who lives with Nathan, but is kind of into any cookies.
She's a barn dog.
She's a barn dog. So anyway, other traditions. What do you do for food on Christmas Eve?
Sometimes we do Chinese food because we all really, really like Chinese food, and it's an easy, no cooking. We can just have a good meal together, and then we do all the cooking on Christmas Day.
So that actually may be something we do. I know we've done different things. We've done pasta. My mom used to do a prime rib. I think, Nathan, you were telling us that you do basically Thanksgiving.
Appetizers on Christmas Eve and then Thanksgiving on Christmas Day.
Thanksgiving revisited
Yeah.
on Christmas Day.
So what was it on Christmas Eve?
Appetizers.
Okay.
Appetizers and lemon drops.
Yeah.
I think that works.
That's perfect.
I think that works. Any questions, Niels? Anybody chime in with any of their traditions?
No, just multiple people watching, including
Okay.
Danny's mom.
Excellent. The other thing about our tree, if anybody's ever been here, they'll notice we have a bunch of different ornaments. My mom and dad growing up, we always used to get a new ornament every year. And actually, I'm gonna do a shout out to Robin, who's one of our owners. She did this with her sister Lori. They did a hand painted ornament for us, and I think it's just beyond.
That's David on the other side.
Oh yeah, that's David supposedly.
David is a carousel horse.
Yeah, there
If
you
you
go.
look closely, you can see the boys.
There you go.
Same white
Or it
mix.
could be Junior, or it could be Griffin.
No, it's David.
It's David. Okay, it's David. It's David. There you go. So.
And my favorite ornament is this Alaskan salmon that Courtney's mom gave me decades and decades ago, and I used to have to hide it on the back of the tree, but I've kind of now decided it can be visible.
I like the salmon.
I like the salmon too.
We also have a rule that the ornaments at the bottom need to be fairly sturdy.
Puppy friendly, because usually we always have a puppy from one of the working students or ourselves, and there have been some puppy destruction
Yes.
items. So obviously everybody who has been watching Training Tip Tuesday at any length of time knows about kickballs and knows that's a huge tradition at our house that we start Thanksgiving. We are actually on the last batch, which everybody is thrilled about, just because, well, 360 dozen is a lot. But you were saying you also make cookies. So tell us about some of the cookies you've made, because you've made some pretty wild cookies.
We have made some pretty wild cookies. Every year we choose a new cookie to try. And it was either last year or the year before we made hedgehog cookies, which was really cute. They were just like shortbread cookies that were shaped kind of like a hedgehog, and we dip them in chocolate and pecans.
They were really cute. And then
They were really
what were
cool.
the wedding cookies you made? Were they Mexican?
We make Mexican wedding cookies and pecan crescent cookies every year.
So the Mexican wedding cookies, we actually had an old working student who made them for us, and the amount of time that takes to make a Mexican wedding cookie is amazing, and they taste amazing. But I'm not sure the time, cooking time, effort, and eating time is a good correlation, because they take a long time to make. Here, why don't I take the camera and you can tell us about some of your traditions, Neil. So now that went fuzzy for a while, Neil's looking very
My back?
yeah, you're very upright. So Neil, tell us about some of the traditions.
Well, so the obvious tradition is that for Hanukkah I have a menorah and light candles, and I often miss a day or two, so I just put candles back in it for our holiday party, even though Hanukkah was way earlier this year. I might light them all just to do it. It's just hard to have all 8 days to get into the house soon enough and be awake enough to light the candles and not think you're going to fall asleep. So I do that, and Hanukkah varies every year. The Jewish calendar moves back every year, and then they throw in a leap month every 7 years, so it'll catch up. So sometimes it's around Christmas. This year it was much closer to Thanksgiving. And the menorah I have is actually from my mom. She got it at the World's Fair in 1950, 60 something.
Do they still have World's Fairs?
So we have that. But being married to Courtney, I've kind of adopted many of her.
He's become Catholic, not really.
Not really, because our celebrations here are not really that religious. Even my Jewish stuff is more tradition than religion. I think both our ethos are pretty similar. So that's not all that different. I think Courtney did simplify the Christmas day, because sometimes it's just been her and me, and we have to not only feed and turn out and bring in, but we have to, if we're going to muck or pick stalls, we have to do that all by ourselves. This year we have more help, so we'll see how that goes.
And do water buckets.
Yes,
We have to scrub water
but
buckets.
A lot of times the Christmas day is more like gift, an hour or two in the barn, back inside for 15 minutes or a half hour gift, and it isn't until the afternoon that we catch up that you get some time. Courtney also likes to dress the dogs up with bows, at least. If
And
nothing
bells,
else.
bows and bells.
Yes, so we'll try that. Flower's usually okay with that. She's a little
She's upset because we're supposed to be leaving today, and so
Yes,
we've been packing.
She doesn't like packing, and normally we pack for a while and then go, but
Poor Flower.
But this time it's
Poor
been
Flower.
like pack, pause, and she's just like, anytime either one of us leaves the house, she's like, I have to stay with them. They can't leave me.
The other thing I do is you might notice there are some paperweights over there, and paperweights over there, and more paperweights over there. And we do paperweights for our students. They get some for their apartments as well as some people who work for us. We also have some amaryllis, but they've been very difficult this year and won't come up. But anyway, so we plant those in November and probably need to do those in October for them to come up. But I love the smell, the fragrance of a paperweight and the forest bulb. So that's something we do. What about food, Neil? Any special food traditions?
Not normally. I mean, a lot of times it's just the two of us. We have steak because
You look very tall.
that's one of Courtney's favorite things. How's it back down on your level?
There you go.
I don't know. I was thinking with everybody here, we might do like a spiral sliced ham to make life easier. And
There
I
you
like Danny's family's
Chinese,
idea.
yeah, I like Chinese idea.
I am thinking that Chinese Christmas Eve might be a good.
Sounds really good, actually.
Less work
Okay,
to do.
so the other thing that Training Tip Tuesday was supposed to be about, and we'll put Neil on the spot first because he's here, is some of the things that you are grateful for. 2021 has been a real challenging year for a lot of different people with COVID and the recurrence of COVID. I know our friends in Ireland are sort of back down on a semi-lockdown and maybe headed into a full lockdown, and we're very sad about that. And certainly people are still struggling and dying from COVID. So we've been very fortunate. We have a lot of things to be grateful for. So I'll let Neil talk about some of the things he's grateful for.
Well, I mean, the obvious ones are just everybody's health and having family around. And then I think my mom's definition of being wealthy is really the best one, which is when you go to the grocery store, you can just buy the food you want and not really worry about that. So beyond that, you don't have to have any other material things. So I'm just, even though this year was I had some health issues. I have a recovering broken scaphoid bone. I have some nerve things going on my left arm. I had COVID. All in all, that's been good.
He's
Hopefully-
recovered. It wasn't good, but he's recovered.
Yes, I've recovered. And my dad's in the ICU right now, so I am hopeful that he will recover. But things are looking okay for that. So, that's the important thing to be thankful for. And I think that's easier to be thankful for when you do have enough that you don't have to worry about paying for your food and a place to live. I mean, obviously, with having a business with a whole bunch of horses and multiple places to live, that we're very fortunate that way. So, there you go.
Very good. All right, Nathan, I'm gonna pass the phone back to Neil. And what are you grateful for?
What am I grateful for? There's lots of things to be grateful for. A lot of things Neil said. I'm also grateful for another year to be able to work with horses. Getting a little older and being able to still do it.
So old.
So feeling very old.
So old.
Yeah, that's it. That's what
Very
I'm
good.
grateful for.
And then I know you're excited about seeing your brother.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen my brother in over a year. He'll be in Aiken for a couple days. That'll be nice.
So that's good.
Oh.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, Danny, we're gonna put you on the spot now.
Sounds like a plan. I am very grateful for all of my family's support in supporting me, especially my mother, to move very far away from home to come chase my dream of being a working student and getting to be around the horses a lot. So that was very, very awesome of her. She really pushed me to do this. So
Excellent. Very good. Well, back to me. As always, I'm a big believer that you are the people you surround yourselves with, and I have probably the nicest, hardest working group of people around me right now. They're like family, and we support each other, and they support each other, and we all get a lot from each other. And so, to you guys, thank you. And Madeline isn't here right now. She's actually with our dentist. getting the horses taken care of to go down to Aiken. Certainly, my owners and my sponsors have been tremendous for us, as well as my partners in Ireland and their families, who I consider extended families of mine. Thank you to them. And then to my friends. You know, I've had rough points in the year, and you guys have always stood by me, and I've really appreciated it. And for that, I'm eternally grateful, because you can get through most of the things in life if you have people around you to help support yourself. So for us, this is Training Tip Tuesday. We hope you've enjoyed some of our traditions and holiday food things we do. We'd love to hear more about what you guys do. Please put it down in the comments. I hope we are traveling next Tuesday, so we will probably just do a repeat of one of our most popular episodes. So if you want to see a repeat, let us know about what. And then we will be in Aiken, and so we will look forward to a brand new year in 2022 of Training Tip Tuesdays. As always, we hope you guys have a joyous holiday season, and we look forward to sharing our next year with you. Have a great holiday.